Welcome back to another Epidose of these crazy people that just eat me and can't stop talking about it. We got Justin and Joe in the house today. And so, Justin, tell us what's the topic today?
Yeah, today's topic is liking and subscribing our video. Make sure you leave a comment. Send this to your friends and your enemies, especially your vegan friends. Post it on X, post it to Rumble, post it to Instagram, TikTok. What else is there out there? There's Reddit, I suppose you could, maybe. Um, Instagram, Facebook. Whole host of ones you could post it there. I don't think Tumblr's a thing anymore, but if you still got one of those, go ahead and post it there. Why not? Take picture. You could just take a screenshot of our faces and just put it up there. Do whatever you want with it. I give you permission. Uh, yeah, make sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you comment. Interaction really helps the channel grow. And we appreciate that because it's like, hey, people are watching us, people are commenting. I feel like we give a different perspective than the other commentators. There's a lot of overlap, but I think there's a lot of uniqueness here too.
Agreed. So,
Awesome.
Joe, what are we actually talking about today?
Okay, so I'll just answer it for Justin. Um, so we're talking about bacon. That
Bacon.
is today's uh, topic of discussion.
Today's
Uh,
cut.
today's cut. That's it. Um, yeah, and just discussing the many different ways you can cook it and what you have it with.
So what part of or what animal does bacon come from? For those that don't know, you never know who's watching this.
Oink oink comes from the pig.
The pig.
Yeah. So basically it comes, you got the eye, or we call it the eye of the bacon here, and then you got the streaky part, which is like the pancetta, the stomach. So yeah, we get, it's called middle bacon. It's one big piece of bacon. Or you can get the streaky bacon, which is the tail end of it, or you can get the middle bacon, which is the big eye.
Center cut. I think they
Sorry,
call it center
that's the
cut.
shortcut bacon. Sorry, shortcut.
Ah,
Yeah.
right on. So, bacon is a pork product that's cured, right?
Yes,
Well, let me ask you guys a general question. Why would you eat bacon?
because it tastes good.
Yeah, I'd have to remember Joe. I mean, it tastes good. It tops everything. You can put it on any other meat product. Most importantly, it's not kale. So that's the number one reason to eat bacon is that
Mhm.
it's just simply not kale. I went to, and I wish I would have grabbed a picture, but I went to an arboretum recently, and they had kale plants, like these big honkin' kale plants. And they look really
Mhm.
pretty,
Mhm.
but I was like, yeah, I mean, you should use kale to decorate your home, not decorate your colon.
Yeah, kale is one of those invented vegetables that people came up with, and I think it was um, not terribly successful, and so they started making all kinds of ornamental kale, right? So it comes in different colors and sizes, and it's almost kind of a decorative sort of vegetable. So yeah, I was saying one of my first jobs when I was a kid was working in a plant nursery, and we sold ornamental kale. So
So
yeah.
back to bacon. If we're going general, so how do you like your bacon cooked? Because like everyone has an opinion. So Joe, start with you.
Look, I typically cook mine in the in a fry pan, and
Mhm.
I like it. Depending on how I feel, like I can have it really crispy.
Oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, but I also like it that it's just cooked. Yeah, it just depends how I feel on the day.
All right, all
Mhm.
right. You don't mind some
Yeah,
crispy bacon? All right, got it, got
yeah,
it.
I don't mind it. Yeah, yeah.
Tom?
I
What about
like
you?
mine like pastrami. I don't like it real crispy or cooked, cooked real hard or anything. I like it just, you know, like I said, kind of more like pastrami, you know. I'll eat it crispy, but I really prefer it when it's softer and less cooked. What about you, Justin?
Yeah, I think I range from barely safe to eat to just two shades above that, where it's got
Mm.
maybe a little crunch on the sides, that where like the outer part's getting a little crispy, but the inner
Hmm.
part's still nice, fatty and soft. I
Hmm.
think I like it like that the best. Um, but you have to pay attention to it to get it that way. Um, and it's just, I mean, it's really good when you kind of get it perfect, but crispy sometimes okay. I think it's probably my least favorite. um when you go to a friend's house or something, and or restaurant, crispy bacon from a restaurant's the worst because it just comes out burnt pretty much, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
definitely like it to not be too crunchy. I don't want it to be like kibble.
Yeah. Overcooked bacon is a crime against humanity.
Yeah, I don't like bacon when it's burnt. Like it's just that it's got that crisp on it. But
Yeah.
if you go to a buffet, the bacon's typically crispy there because it's been sitting out for so long that it's just gone cold and hard. You use it as a shoe lever, shoehorn.
Yeah. I mean, if you burn bacon, you might as well just turn it to ash and give it up as an offering to the gods and hope they don't punish you for that crime. Just saying. So
Or so I was
let's
just gonna oh,
go ahead.
go ahead. I was just
Yeah.
gonna say very quickly, our good friend, Mr. Brett Lloyd.
Mm,
He's the crispy bacon god.
Oh
mm,
yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, he's is like looks real crispy. Looks like cardboard.
Beef and bacon. Beef and bacon bread.
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
with the bacon, um, dipping it in some butter is even good, you know?
mm, mhm.
And typically when people are starting out on carnivore, they're like, oh man, what do I do with these sugar cravings? Like I really want to eat something sweet. Totally understandable. It's like grab some bacon and some butter, or grab some bacon and cheese, or make yourself like a bacon burger. It'll take care of sugar cravings. I really truly believe that munching down on some bacon can help with that. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
definitely.
think so. I think just the fat itself is so satiating that um that it tends to shut down cravings, right? And we've had a number of people that a number of people that we know that have had, various psychiatric issues or mental health issues. And a lot of them are, adamant about eating high fat all the time to keep those things under control, and I think that's all fairly spelled out in the community because it's a very common notion that high fat helps the cravings, it helps with depression and anxiety and all kinds of demons.
Hmm.
Even though bacon's really not that high fat, if you actually look at the grams, it's pretty much 50-50. It's
Hmm.
kind of interesting because people think of bacon as this crazy fatty food.
Right.
It's not insanely fatty. Actually, what actually is fatty is bacon's precursor, pork belly. Actually, it's a bit more fat on it.
Um, yeah, and even things like hot dogs or sausages can be higher in fat than like bacon, right?
Right. Although I had some terrible sausages earlier today, but that's for a
Really?
different episode.
Terrible sausage?
It was terrible sausage. It tasted like
Wow.
cardboard. It was
Yikes.
pretty awful.
Hmm. That's no bueno.
So how do you guys use bacon and how often are you eating bacon?
Look, I had bacon and eggs this morning for breakfast. I hadn't eaten bacon and eggs for quite a while, and I've introduced it recently, and it's been fantastic. Um,
What's your
yeah,
bacon to egg ratio?
so well, in grams, it's about 150 grams of bacon, but the
Okay.
shortcut, the big eye on it,
Uh-huh.
and 5 eggs.
All right.
Yep, yep, 5 eggs, and that for me is it's just perfect. Keeps me satiated until my next meal, no problem at all. Um, yeah, and it's actually there's not that many calories in it compared to a big steak.
Yeah, it's not as much as you'd think.
Mm.
How about you, Justin? How much bacon are you eating these days?
I probably have bacon about once a week, and I'd be honest, typically it's at a restaurant or somewhere, like a burger joint. I don't cook a lot of bacon at home. Not that I'm against it, it's just kind of out of laziness. Because I do like it a certain way, and I get like
Mhm.
really angry with myself if I overcook it because I'm, watching the kid or in the middle of something else or getting so enthralled by listening to an episode of the Meat Mosaic that,
Mm,
my bacon burns.
yeah.
So, but I've always got bacon in the freezer, and if like it's vacation time or something, I'm busting out some bacon defrosting it. And one of those days that I'm off, I will have bacon and something. Maybe bacon and burgers, usually bacon,
Nice.
eggs, and steak, or bacon and steak.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I like it as a nice, really nice kind of like a side to have some bacon with some other choice of meat. Just add some more flavor. And not to mention you get the bacon grease, right? So you've got cooking oil, quote unquote, cooking fat for the week or whatever for
Hmm.
free, which is great.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat the bacon grease. So bacon grease and butter are the only things I really use. So, how about you guys? You use reuse the bacon grease, Joe?
Not really, because well, what I do is I always cook my bacon first,
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
and then cook my eggs in the bacon fat
Sure,
in the
using it.
bacon grease. I'm not reusing it, but I'm cooking with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Joe's like, you
yeah.
damn
And
uncultured
and
animals.
and I also use it to moisturize my face as well, the bacon
Oh,
grease.
okay.
No, I'm
Do you
joking.
really?
No.
It's like, is that a splash over, or are you, just putting your hand in the pan and just, a little bit like that?
And then I go shopping.
Right. Is that why the magpies attack you? Just
Yeah.
they're coming after the bacon on your face,
All the animals, all the dogs.
right?
I don't know about you guys, but I think when I was a teenager, everyone told me that if you eat a bunch of bacon, you're going to break out, like your skin's going to break out.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Because the oils, they
Hmm.
would tell me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, that was anything that was fatty, wasn't it?
I
Fat
think
on
so.
meat and fat on this and fat on that, and yeah, it's just obviously it's not the case.
Yeah. No, fat carbohydrates seem to be the thing that triggers acne in a lot of people, not animal fat, right?
Yeah, 100%. Well, if anything, it people that go on a low carb slash carnivore diet tend to find that acne improves.
Yeah. Well, we know a little buddy that decided to indulge during mango season and he broke out. Remember that? Yeah. So, so you guys ever cook bacon in the air fryer?
I have. Yes.
Yep.
It's kind of the no-brainer as far as I'm concerned because it's just so much easier and so much less messy.
My air fryer even has a bacon button.
What? Bacon button.
Bacon
That's pretty
button.
cool. I think my one does as well, to be honest.
I don't know if mine does. I don't think it does. Well, I don't think either one of them do.
Well, look, I remember Brett posted a video years ago about how he cooks his bacon in the air fryer, and I tried it, and it was fantastic. But man, I tell you what, when that bacon drips onto the bottom pan, the amount of smoke that came out of that machine when I opened up the door was crazy.
Mm,
Hmm.
I haven't had it burn yet, so
It
cross
didn't.
my fingers.
No, it didn't burn. It was just the hot fat was just hitting the pan down the bottom.
Hmm, interesting. So let me ask you guys, as far, you mentioned that the rumor was if you ate bacon, you get acne, and then of course we can we kind of all agree that animal fat doesn't cause cancer and heart disease and stuff like that. But what about the other ingredients in bacon? People always talk about the sugar, and they usually say nitrates, but I think bacon's typically cured with nitrite.
Yeah.
To most people, probably doesn't matter. But what are your guys' thoughts on that? The other
Well, it's
I
ingredients.
Go ahead, Joe.
okay. I was going to say, look, typically the people that worry about that are the ones that eat a bag of chips, a bag of crisps, and um, I think it's so minuscule that it doesn't really matter.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah.
You
Your
guys,
body's producing more than 1 gram of sugar or glucose at like almost any given time, because otherwise you would collapse and die. So, um, it might give like a little boost, but your body's more apt to it will burn that 1 gram of carbohydrate like so quickly. I don't think it's even going to be noticed by the body, really. I mean, you'd probably have to eat like 10 pounds of bacon all at once or something like that. There's that guy that did that video where he ate, I don't know how many pounds of bacon in like 30 days or something. I think like he had great results and he thought it was awesome to do that.
hmm, I wonder what happened. What if we started eating like a half a kilo of bacon a day, 2 pound of bacon a day? What do you think, Joe?
Oh, you'd more than likely have grow a little tail.
Start going oink.
Little pigtail.
Oink, oink. Yeah. Um, what would happen? I don't think anything would happen. I think you'd probably lean up, um, develop a pretty cool six pack. But yeah, look, I can't really see. You know, I when I started the low carb diet or the low carb thing, it was keto, and for me,
Mhm.
keto was obviously I'd have an avocado because that's how you start off avocado, but it was always bacon and eggs, and yeah, nothing really, nothing happened. I mean, it was always everything was just positive results.
I mean, have you guys ever eaten bacon and then seen your glucose even go up? Have you ever seen that happen above what eating like steak?
No. Well, I had a
Mhm.
CGM, remember?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I used to have a steak and it would just barely go up.
Yeah. Almost anything you eat, it goes up a little
Barely.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, barely. So all these people that think that, oh, you eat steak and
It's going to turn into
sugars,
cake.
yeah,
Well,
it goes through the roof and man, it's all bullshit.
maybe there's a few people out there, if they eat a lot of protein, their glucose goes high. And maybe that's just people in the beginning whose bodies are used to higher glucose levels. But it
Mm,
seems pretty clear that once you've been doing this for a while, you can eat a massive amount of protein and you're not really going to see your glucose go any higher than it would if you had eaten half as much. We all get that little bump because I don't think gluconeogenesis is protein driven, it's demand driven. And I think the only people where it goes high are people whose bodies aren't used to the low glucose. That seems to be the case because I can eat so much steak I get the meat sweats and my glucose still doesn't go up any higher. Same thing
yeah.
eating bacon because I did that. I did hundreds and hundreds of finger sticks back in the day. You guys remember? Like, I was checking multiple intervals after I ate. I was checking in the morning. I was checking to see what food
Yep.
did what. I didn't notice anything from bacon, so I stopped worrying about there being any sugar in it. Because, like I said, it's a tiny, tiny fraction of the ingredients. And then the nitrite thing didn't bother me because it turns out that the sodium nitrite or the nitrite that they cure the bacon with is fermented celery juice. And
Celery,
it's
that's
the
right.
same thing that it breaks down to in your stomach. So why, the scare was, oh, that causes cancer, it causes stomach cancer. But if that's the case, why don't people eat a bunch of celery? Why don't they get stomach cancer? And of course, there's no study that shows an actual correlation between bacon and cancer. So, but I don't know. Maybe we should do a bacon challenge. Everybody commits to eating X amount of bacon a day for a week and then see what happens. Because what could be more fun? What do you think? You
I like
guys
those.
down?
I like those eating challenges.
You
Yeah.
like a good challenge?
Well, remember what happened the last time?
Which challenge? Hopefully not the. You talk about the egg challenge?
An in and out one.
Oh, the
Flying.
In-N-Out challenge.
He won.
It's
Yeah.
not how much you eat. It's just eating a certain amount every day. I mean, if you
Still
really
digestible
want to see you
until
can
you
eat
get there.
this bacon, I mean, we could try. Yeah, you did eat more Flying Dutchman than anyone. Of course, you were
I
almost
didn't.
as sick as I was. So,
I remember, but by the time I got to the end of it, it was like chewing cardboard. It was just chewing, but nothing was going down. It was like,
yeah, there's a limit for everyone.
oh yeah.
So, anyways, but yeah, what do you guys think? Do an experiment. Maybe we set it up for what do you guys normally go out and buy your groceries?
Look, I
Mm,
just go and
and
buy one from the grocery store.
Because I'm thinking, why don't we try that? Let's figure out an amount and say let's eat X amount, whatever is half a kilo or a pound a day for a week and see what happens.
that'd be fun. That'd be a lot of
That'd be
fun.
that'd be great. So we'll work that out behind the scenes when we want to start. And I guess we don't necessarily all have to start on the same day. If you're doing 7 days, you're doing 7 days, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. So let's do it.
Just rack up a bunch of bacon. Now, I do want to say special shout out to the summer months. Joe's coming up on them. We're at the end of them. Bacon ice cream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can make some bacon ice cream.
And make bacon ice cream.
crispy bacon. Throw it through the ice cream. Carnival ice cream. Beautiful.
So you guys like thick cut or thin cut?
Thick cut for me. I like that big fatty piece of bacon. You know, applewood smoked. That doesn't bother me either. I think applewood smoked bacon, it doesn't,
It's
I don't
nice.
think it disrupts your body. Now, I will say one thing just to cover all of our bases. Yes, it is true that conventional pigs are not fed a pro pig diet. They're given a lot of like soy and corn, husks, and things like that to eat, unfortunately. And it fattens them up and it just fattens them up quicker. And there's other reasons for it, more economical, easier to get a bunch of big pigs that way. And yes, if you think you're having some issue, maybe you should switch to some organic grass or organic pig fed pig, good pig. What are they supposed to eat? Like
Yeah, yeah.
grubs and bugs and things like that,
Well, yeah,
grasses.
there's definitely some commercial farming out there, industrial farming out there where they don't feed them such great diets. And, like you said, soy is probably an issue for some people. Too much soy in your pork or even your chicken can affect people. And fortunately, I don't think most of us it really matters, but I'm sure there's a few people out there that have sensitivities to that stuff. So in a perfect world, we'd all buy some regeneratively farmed animals from the farmer down the street, but we don't necessarily all have access, and it can be more expensive. So, and I think some people get too worried about spending too much money and working too hard to find the ultimate grass-finished, supernatural, regeneratively farmed animals when it's not affordable or not feasible. So, it's like taking supplements. If it's not making a difference, don't worry about it too much. you know.
But do you guys think eating 100 grams of bacon would really matter. It's not like you're eating
Right.
a pound of, which is what, 457 grams or thereabouts,
Mhm.
steak. It's only like, and typically 100, 150 grams of bacon is quite a lot for most people. They only have
Yeah.
like one or two pieces.
For the
I,
imperial unit people out there, 100 grams would be like 3.5 ounces of bacon, something like that. And so 150 would be, 5 ounces, maybe six
mm,
ounces. It's quite a bit. It's getting up there, but still not the pound that we're thinking about doing. What do you think?
mm.
What do you
Hey
think?
guys, my battery's about to cut out. I've got to charge my laptop, so I'm gonna probably run now and
All
say
right.
goodbye to
Yeah,
All
everyone.
well,
right.
we'll sign off then. So thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, send the links out, and whatever you do, don't fall
Don't fall
down
down
Put
the
down the carb
carb
hole.
hole.